Because she told me, she said, Anthony, I always want to do good with hints of greatness. Tyler Perry told me, he said, stay up under the radar so the day that your moment comes, you'll remain untainted. I've been in this business 20 years and my reputation is impeccable. The world has gotten so sensitive with words. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And that's big facts. You can't hurt me with your word. Now, if you touch me, that's something different. Because my grandmother used to have me down in her weaving room, right? Don't you know how her come on a track?
Yes.
I used to hand weave
That hair.
her down in her weaving room. So that's how I made my money, but I would have never thought I would ever be doing her. It's like, I was too hood for that.
Yes.
I was gang banging, knock out. It's like, but I would have never thought that I would be doing her in a million years.
You think anger had you knocking out?
No, it was because my last name was Cherry, and I had a big booty. I had no hair on my face, and I had to defend my damn self.
Okay.
Hey, come on up in here.
To the house.
Oh, come on up in here.
Welcome to the house.
Y'all be partying.
Bam.
Every time I see you, y'all be
What
partying.
that is.
How's everybody?
Shot.
Good.
Welcome back, welcome back.
Ooh, this looks delicious. What's cooking, Sean?
Candied salmon bites, a perfect bite-sized treat. These salmon bites are sure to be a hit for the next function.
It looks delicious.
I got questions.
Okay.
So I learned so much when I'm with you guys. That's why I enjoy being here. By the end of the season, I'm gonna have a whole glossary of terms. So I heard a term, trade. What does trade mean?
I bet Chris has had a trade or two in his day.
Hello.
Ain't that a mother?
Own it. What you say?
I would say that is not correct.
Okay.
And so maybe you can speak to that.
But what do you identify as trade? You know, because I've heard actually different definitions.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Antonio?
does anyone have?
I'm not trade.
What's your definition?
Well, it's usually just a very hyper masculine male. Without regard to sexual orientation, really.
And
That's
I've
what people
heard-
call straight guys trade. Hyper masculine gay guys, they'll call trade. It's more of an image.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my understanding.
Okay, that's
of it.
interesting.
I'm thinking the root may be gay for pay, so you trade cash for penis.
Okay. That sounds fair.
Is that a fair trade?
Is that a fair trade?
Right. Nobody's ever broken it down like that.
That's new, okay.
Our guest tonight, Anthony Cherry, celebrity stylist. And I mean, when I tell you, royalty in this town. And owning his power and his whole look is one thing, and he can deliver something else. So I'm gonna keep the rest a surprise, honey. Wait till y'all check this out. I am excited.
Born with a hustler's spirit, Anthony Cherry fought hard to find his way out of the savage streets of St. Louis. Heavily influenced by his grandmother and at the encouragement of a family member, Anthony discovered his talent for hairstyling, a skill that would ultimately lead him to Hollywood. Anthony at one time was signed to Russell Simmons' music group and was crooning his way to stardom before a sudden twist of fate changed it all. But it was his amazing talent for hairstyling that would pull him through his darkest days and build his reputation in Tinseltown. Today, his Hollywood celebrity clientele know him as the King of Hair, a name Anthony has carved out for himself. But this multifaceted artist is not content just working the wigs. He is ready to put down the styling brush and pick up the mic again. Having just penned a book entitled From Rocks to Locks, Anthony chronicles his life's journey and has released several singles as he rebuilds his name as a recording artist.
So look now, we were just talking about the definition of trade, and what's the new definition the youngsters got now is
You know what I think was really interesting about that was the idea of trade being just kind of this masculine presenting person that you're hooking up with, which is what I kind of always presumed it was to be.
You know what
But
that
then
is.
you mentioned the idea of trading services, like it was like there was a little cash tender type situation that was also a part of it that I didn't realize.
I think originally maybe it was that.
And that's why the
what
name.
I think where the term comes from. That would make sense to me. Like
Okay.
why would it be anything else?
It actually made sense when you said it.
Studio
It wasn't
56
anything
days.
that I'd ever thought about.
Right.
Until you
heard
said
that.
it. So I was kind of like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I didn't think about it.
And I think this reminds me, when I was at that apartment building that I talked about last season, the security guard there who was super cool, he would record me, like video record me every time I came in because I was so flamboyant because I was coming from filming the show. I would have my outfits on and he was like, man, my homie, he's a straight gangster. I'm talking, he is gangster, but he'll all night. So,
So is
you know,
that
to me-
trade?
Yes.
Oh,
Or homo thug.
And what causes that? Shame.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Shame.
Thank you, Cheryl, because
What's the
Causes
shame of
some-
it, though?
I
I don't
mean,
understand the
it-
shame.
You got to
me,
be
it's-
macho? Go ahead, please.
to me it's a culture because I live in Cleveland, and
I'm from Cleveland.
But that happened in
Cleveland
LA.
the house.
it's LA. I think it is a very very
LA
strong
too.
culture in LA that still goes on of that masculine presentation. Because in Cleveland we had it. I remember growing up in it, and I always felt inferior because I was never that, and I was not trying to be that. But I've noticed in Cleveland there are more people that are into someone like me that is free and doing different things. That discrimination that I used to face growing up definitely has decreased in Cleveland. But that is considered the ideal for a black gay man that was in the past considered the ideal. You want to be strong, tough, masculine, but you've got to present as very strong and masculine.
That's got to be a hard thing. We were talking about that with one of the guests, right? This whole image that people have to put up is just it's self-destructive. Dis-ease in the mind, disease in the body.
Yeah.
So do you think that that is a part of the black culture, or is it part of the gay culture in general?
Oh, I definitely think this is black culture. Definitely. And but like I said, I think it's a regional thing, because
Trade?
and no, this idealizing of the thug. That is something I grew up with.
Why do you
I
think
think
it's
it's regional. Yeah.
Because I've noticed it. The example that I gave, which was just recently, last year, at the apartment building that I lived in, that was like, that's a thing. That's cool. It's cool that my buddy will kill a but he will all night. That's cool. But where I live, that's not the cool thing. The cool thing is being original, doing something I don't see
Aaron,
anybody
do
else
you
doing.
realize that you have gone from this guy saying that he was thug and hard, so now he will kill a and then like, I mean, like
No, it's Fred.
right?
That is
Not
just so
him.
I mean, that's like
dangerous.
that is
That's
like
dangerous.
that's a leap.
'Cause they
you
hurt.
know? And I think that we have to be a little cautious because of your experiences are your experiences, and your regional experiences are your regional experiences. And there are people who are all over the planet where I think there are people like that exist. You just don't know that they're there because you've not been there. You know, because I think that that's a really weird thing to do to LA.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I'm sorry, LA. I don't want to, you know.
My experiences, and let's say just from my experience.
Okay.
I have been on the black gay app, Jacked, here in LA,
Okay.
Okay.
and then I'm there when I'm in Cleveland. And I've been doing it for years. So I can see a difference when I'm on Jacked in LA. I
Than
literally should have a blank,
is that a
profile picture.
surprise?
Just let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish. I should have a blank profile picture when I'm in LA. Because that's what people see. They don't see the tough, masculine
muscles,
guy.
all that stuff.
So no, we don't deal with you. That still exists when I'm this week. I just discovered this.
Okay.
In
I've
LA.
never felt so ignored. Like, I haven't felt this ignored in years because, I've been in Cleveland for a while now.
No, you want to go back home. That's why.
But wait a minute.
Darn.
That's not the point. But the
Yeah.
point is, that's why I say it's regional. Because my experience on these apps, I'm getting ignored
Apps will
here in
tell you,
LA.
I've been on a few in my lifetime.
And in
tell
Cleveland, I'm becoming much more popular. I mean, I get what I want in Cleveland.
Oh,
At least on
happy
Jack.
for that.
On Jacked, yes, and that's where I
So
get my
listen,
people
our
from, or at the
guest
bathhouse.
tonight-
I love
Wait.
you, Cleveland, but
Oh, thank you. Our guest wait, that's home. Our guest tonight is going to be able to really shed some light on this topic of trade, homo thug, and what we can do to break down this shame. Because after you all macho and I'm strong and I got a woman, and then you gotta go hide because you need you need tender loving care from someone who's same sex, who knows how to make all your body parts feel. Why? Because they have those same body parts. So our guest tonight will be able to give us some insight on how we break down these walls. So yeah, the
what
anger can
walls
stop.
exactly are you talking about,
The
sir?
walls of having to
walls?
sneak and hide and tip and slide. Sneaking and hiding and tipping and
So
slide.
we're assuming that guys who present
That's
as
all.
trade are sneaking.
Oh.
I mean,
That
some
sounds
people
like the
like the
presumption.
image of the masculine male. They say, I want to introduce you to somebody. Are they trade?
Mm-hmm.
If they ask that question, they're not asking, do they got to pay?
Right.
You
Yeah,
know,
it means
they're
masculine.
Asking, are
It
they
means
masculine?
masculine. Yes.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that person is hiding or sneaking around or anything.
There is a
There's
way
some
to
people
interpret
that-
it as that.
Yeah, but
Trade means, are you perceived as heterosexual?
That's why that term
But that
was
doesn't mean
Are
that
you-
you're
no,
sneaking
not- I don't think
around.
that is-
The perception
are
of
you
your
perceived-
image.
That's exactly
I'm so
what
sorry.
it
I
is.
did not mean to cut you off.
That's okay.
That's where the
I was-
violence comes in at, though.
No,
I'm
no,
saying.
no.
Not
It
all
was-
the time, but when you
think
are
we're
hiding your sexual.
overgeneralizing on
We
it.
are
well, I'm going
totally
to
over-
overgeneralize
It's
right now.
mass presenting
Michelle,
versus
When you are hiding, what
It's
you
not
really no. Let me
hiding.
say this.
It's like toxic
Some
masculinity.
people-
Anybody that's masculine.
some
is
people-
toxic. Yes.
Like
some
that's-
people
it's out of control.
do not. They're not allowed to live their truth because of the shame that society
Absolutely.
puts on them.
But
Absolutely.
about the people who live their truth and they want to be in a masculine space, they want to wear clothes that resemble men's clothing.
And only at night.
But that was just his example. That's
Yeah.
not
That's
everyone that presents that way.
I
No,
don't
and the
want to
thing is
say
that they-
everyone,
they
guys.
may
We're
not
talking
in
about
any way
something
be
specific.
hiding.
I'm just saying, not all, but a lot of people who feel the need to have this image, this strong, I'm a man, I don't mess with, I've been, you know how long
Cheryl,
I've
I
been in the
think
gay
that's
world?
Absolute bull.
Do you
Because
know
at
how
the end of
long
the
I've been in
day-
the gay world?
Yeah, but Cheryl, you have never been a man, and you have
It
never
doesn't
been
matter.
in a situation.
I mess with a man that mess with men.
Yes, I understand that.
I'm not a man. I'm a
And
woman
so-
who understands that men have desires and women have no idea of how to have their man lay their head on their shoulder and say, Daddy, baby,
Because some
what you
men
need?
don't want to lay their head on no shoulder,
We're not-
and
hey,
that's
if
okay.
you'd like to make this an argument or anything,
Exactly.
It ain't no
I
argument.
You're
don't
making
want
it an
to
argument. She's making very good points, and all
And
you
they're
want to do is
strong
fight.
points.
All I want to do
And
is
you know
fight.
what they change
Excellent
live
point.
points. It's the truth.
I was
So it's
just
not
asking us
taken-
to be
it's just
careful not to
listen.
generalize.
I
That's all
don't
it
want
does.
to generalize.
That's
Listen,
it.
let me
That's
say it again. Look,
Well, say that to your guest,
Okay.
because I can't
I
wait to hear
can't
what he has
wait.
to say about you generalizing him
I
like
just said
that.
I didn't
Because I
generalize.
can't. Oh, yes, you did.
Look, there go
And
Chris
so-
loving me again.
Oh no, I love you so much that I would
I
never
love you,
let
Chris.
you
I love
have
that.
me on the same show doing this over
I love you,
generalization.
Chris. I'm not
Because I'm not going
overgeneralizing.
down on that Titanic, baby.
I'm
at
not.
all.
I'm
At
not
all.
overgeneralizing, Chris. I'm gonna just say
Can we
it.
go to break? And
Perfect time.
oh,
And let's
love
hope the guests get here.
Thank
so the
God
guests
for
can
the
get
break.
Yes.
Okay. Our guest is coming, Anthony Cherry. He should be here soon. And I would like to just say what is his opinions on trade and the word homothug and stuffing your feelings instead of living your truth. Oh, there go our guest. I'm gonna run. I can't
here.
wait.
Can't
Wait
wait.
till y'all see. Wait till you see his look. Excuse me, my God. Oh, what's up?
What's up with it?
Hang your mask up here. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, look at you. You ain't scared to be different.
I ain't never
Owning
scared.
your power. I see.
This big Leo energy, baby.
All right now. Here, you can scoot up. Wait a minute. Let me scoot it up for you.
A seat at the table.
Yes,
How are
indeed.
you?
Welcome
I'm
to the
welcome.
house.
Welcome
Thank
to
you
the
for having
house.
me. What's up with you? How you doing,
Uh-huh.
fly guy? I see you. What's up in the cut over there? Bo, how you mean, sheet?
Who was your influences? Yeah.
Who are my influences?
Yeah. Oh, I gotta wait for the guests.
I will circle
Thank
back
you
to that.
so
But some of
much.
my
You're
welcome.
influences,
Oh, hold on 1 second.
Mr. Chef, I love salmon.
Great.
Miso salmon. Oven broiled salmon marinated in a sweet and savory miso sauce on a bed of rice. This dish will be a family favorite.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. But some of my influences come early on in my life. People like Whitney Houston. And I would say Snoop played a very vital part in my life because my cousin Tiffany Fox is a rapper. And because of my relationship with Snoop, he signed my cousin back in 2005. So I always have a certain love for him, not inspired to, but always appreciate him. Okay. And he's one of the people that was the first people that was in my life here in LA. Yeah.
And where you from?
From St. Louis. To show me state. You show me 7, I'm gonna show you 8. Quick with it. Quick with it.
Oh, I'm mad at you.
Quick with it.
I love it. You know, we were talking about the word that I knew in my generation back in the day called trade. We think it's now homo thug. You know, every generation have their own thing. But we wanted your take on those two.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna keep it simple because the wordplay done changed so much, as we all know.
Yeah.
With so much. But when it comes to trade and homo thug, I've been labeled both depending on the day. Because I'm a type of dude that I identify with my masculine side more than my feminine side, but I embrace my feminine side because that's what makes me so creative. But the trade side is just like, for me, like I'm from the street.
All right
Like
now.
straight up from St. Louis, from the 4500 block of Garfield. Shouts out to 45 Field.
All right now.
You know, where heavy hitters pack their steel and they bust their wheel, and that's fast. So for me, trade for me is anytime a man gonna trade in his masculinity for me.
Okay.
You trading it in for me. You a straight up man, but you trading in your masculinity for me, which means you allow me to be able to have you in that way.
Is that an honor?
It is an honor, and I will honor that too.
I heard that.
We could rock out from that day to marriage.
I know that's right.
And I've been fortunate enough to my best relationships. Let me take these glasses off.
Okay, I probably should take mine off.
My best relationships have been with down low and bisexual men to this day.
Wow. When you say best relationships, good sex or good emotion?
Longevity, both, all of the above, and longevity. I was with a bisexual man for 10 years.
Exclusively.
Exclusive. Well, no, because you know what he told me though. This crazy, but see that's the thing. They greedy.
Oh,
Greedy.
they want it all.
They greedy. They want it all. They want me and them.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, four children on me.
Okay. Oh.
But you know what? He asked me one day. He said, "Men gonna cheat. Would you rather me to cheat with a woman or a man?"
Okay, now.
And that was real to me. A Sagittarius, by the way. And I was like, you know what?
If you just gotta go out,
Do it with a woman.
What'd you tell? Oh, you talking about
I
women?
can relate to
Yeah.
that.
What made
That
it
is
work?
so powerful.
What made it work? You
Because it was new for me. When I first came out, I didn't know what I was doing. I had dated transgender women initially. Then I went to feminine dudes. Then I went to the more masculine dudes.
Trying
and I was
to
like,
find yourself, baby.
trying to find myself. And in that world, it was just so new to me. I'm like, you know what? All this is whack. Until I bumped into a bisexual man.
Do you identify as a top or bottom?
I just became sexually fluid.
Okay.
Ooh.
It was for a very long time. I lived my life with my family. I'm the oldest of 6. Got all brothers. Come from a very male-dominated family. Gangsters, killers, and drug dealers.
Say that again, my brother.
Gangsters,
And
killers,
I
and
love the
drug
way you
dealers.
own that.
Yeah, that's where I come from. So, with that being said, and then I also, you know, identify with, like I said, that's what made me identify with my masculine side, because I really didn't have a choice. Because by me being the leader of my family, I had to pick a side. And I remember one day, before I even thought about messing with dudes, my baby brother means the world to me. His name is Raz, right? It's my baby brother. He
Shout out
is
to
fucking,
Raz.
shout out to Raz. He is so dope, right? And my mama, he's my baby brother. There's 6 of us, 4 boys and twin girls. My mom came to me one day and she was like, yeah, Raz came in here crying the other day. I'm like, for what? She said, because yeah, he heard that his brother was getting with broomsticks. And when I heard that, that set the tone for me. I was like, as fat as my is,
I hear you, brother.
ain't nobody hitting it. So I live that life based on my family because I'm a man of integrity and character. And nothing can shake that. And for my family, I will live in honor for my family. So I said, okay, if I'm gonna make this decision to live this life, I'm gonna use discretion. And on top of that, I'm not an influential person, I influence. Because in my neighborhood, 10 blocks down from me was nothing but transsexuals.
Okay.
Bible. It was like 50 of them. And on my end was all
Okay.
right? But I didn't know at night the was merging with them.
Yeah.
Because that's how they was getting their money to sell their dope,
Wow.
right?
Surprise.
So I come to find this out, and
How old were you when you found that out?
13, 14, 15,
Finding them, yes.
you know? So that's what made me feel like when I started around, you couldn't call me gay. Because that's, you on it before I was. You know, so, and there was a lot of that going on. So when I decided to make that choice for myself, I knew that I had to carry myself with integrity and hold on to my masculine side more than that, because I could have easily been a transsexual, easy. And I'm not knocking transsexuals.
Yes.
But I love my mustache and I can pull a just as easy or
And not
So
go
when,
through
so
that
when
headache.
did you
That's a lot of
actually
work.
start your sexual journey? Because it sounds like you started.
I bloomed late.
Okay,
I bloomed
you were a
late.
late bloomer.
Yes.
So it was not in your teens. It was,
No. With men? No, I didn't start messing with men until like when I was in beauty school. And I really basically, like, I was pimping. I wasn't even trying to date them. I just wanted
So
the money.
by pimping,
Surviving.
Yes.
what do you mean?
I was thorough. I was fine as a
You are that now.
Thank
too.
you. Thank you. So just imagine when I'm like 19 years old.
Baby.
So this
Right.
was some St. Louis pimping. You
Oh
were in
yeah,
St. Louis.
yeah.
Okay.
Pimping is pimping anywhere in the world.
Ooh.
Well,
If you
yeah,
got
but
that
it's a-
vibe, you got
it's-
that vibe.
Well, but it, you know, it
Subjective. That's your opinion. Means it has nothing to do with me. But go ahead.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, well, I'll finish it then.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Pimping is different in different cities because there's a different way things happen in different places. So it was what we had talked about this before you sat down.
Okay.
You know, that things that happen in Cleveland may happen differently than they happen in LA.
Facts. Say less.
So I was clarifying the pimping situation for the St.
So what's your
Louis.
definition of pimping? Let's get to it.
No, what you just said, pimping is pimping, no matter where it is in the world. I was just trying to clarify where you were actually exercising that and having success so that I could globally understand where you were successful with that.
And
I love
what's
your
the
vernacular.
definition of a pimp for
I
all
do
the
too.
people who
Okay, I love your vernacular. I love it. I love it.
all the people who do not know, because a lot of people gonna
Well,
tune
because
in.
everybody
What
gonna
is
always
a
have their
pimp?
different definitions of whatever you bring to the table. For me, pimping is like I was get money from them, and sometimes I didn't even have to have sex with them. My charisma got it first.
Your mouthpiece.
Period.
I hear you.
Oh, wait a minute, I want to understand. So they were paying to be with you.
They were taking care of me, yeah, or giving me something. It had to be beneficial in some way.
I got it. Were they also doing stuff for other people for money and then giving you the money?
I don't know. That had nothing to do with me. Long as I
So
got what I
not pimping
needed.
in that sense. So not pimping in the
In the
sense
way
of
that
how
I
I
would
Yeah,
understand
no, that's another form of pimping. Yeah.
So
there
that's
you
not
go.
what you-
No, my pimping means when you get money from somebody for something. That's pimping for me.
Okay.
You got flued out.
Yeah, all the time. People, I had coming from all over the world to St. Louis.
Yeah.
I'm a money sexual.
Oh, I like that, and you own that power.
Money sexual.
A
And
sexual.
is that still,
I love
are
it.
you money sexual today as well?
Yes, I am.
You about
Going to the
get
highest bidder,
I heard that. I love it.
male or
because
female, doesn't
money
matter.
makes this world go
Money
round.
sexual.
Many
Yes, it
people don't
does.
want to admit that.
Yes, it
Money
does.
sexual. I like that term.
When did you
Hashtag money
decide, what
sexual.
age were you when it came together for you and it started making some sense and you decided, hey, like you said, I'm gonna use discretion and I'm gonna get my money.
What does
Go
that
ahead,
mean?
take it
Okay.
from there.
Discretion piece.
Discretion means how you do what you do. You know, I'm gonna be smooth, calculated, and it's my business. It ain't everybody's business.
Go on and preach
what
it.
I do. Now, however, getting back to you, when you asked me about what I had an intervention from my aunt. My family is very spiritual, and I'm grounded in reality and spirituality. And even though I'm a sinner, right? But my auntie came to me, my dad's mama, Aunt Simone. She called my mom and she said, I had a dream about Anthony. This is when she first got saved and she was zealous for the Lord. On fire, right? And she called my mom and she was like, what is going on with Anthony? She asked my mom, and she said, my mama running her mouth,
Okay.
told her my business. Anthony is selling drugs, you know.
A lot of us did that from the hood.
Had to. And she said, Anthony is also messing with men. So my aunt met up with me, right? And she was like, the spirit that you have does not align with this life that you have. I said, so talk to me. What should I be doing? if you my elder, what should I be doing? And she said, you know what I'm gonna do? She said, are you open to going to beauty school? I'm like, I don't care. She said, I'm gonna put you in beauty school, give you $1,000, buy you what I needed from the dude that I wanted. I said, I want a coat from him, a leather coat. And I need some money, like $1,000. She said, I'm gonna give you $1,000, buy your leather coat, and I'm putting you in beauty school. I'm gonna pay your intuition to get into beauty school.
God.
Get into beauty school, and that's when it all happened. That's when I started to change my life, right? And never thought that I would ever do her. I just did that just to appease them. So I'm from the city, the north side of St. Louis, the Gutterville, USA.
Come on now, you owning it.
Gutterville, USA. Then I'm going to beauty school in the suburbs, right? So I'm dating like 5 girls at the beauty school, right? A girl from the city who did not like me, she knew that I messed around. She knew my business.
Hello?
I saw her coming to beauty school. When she came in that door, I left right out. Because I knew what her intent was. She was coming to tell my business.
Yes.
And I moved to Milwaukee, Wisconsin 3 days later because I couldn't handle that.
And what you do when you get there?
I started doing her and I was selling drugs. My story is from rocks to locks.
Oh.
From rocks to locks. I went from doing her.
So did you finish
Selling
beauty
drugs.
school?
No, walked out.
Not that one. No, I
You
ended up
went to
going,
Milwaukee,
went to
though.
Milwaukee and
You
got under
enrolled in-
apprenticeship. And I went to
okay.
MATC.
Okay.
Then life happened again, another experience, you know. And it was a beautiful thing.
The question for Cheryl that includes you, because you've used some terms and it reminds me of Cheryl. She protests when we say that black people were slaves. She said, no, we're not slaves. We were enslaved. We were kings and queens. But the N-word, no protest there. And that's a more damaging term. That's more like literally offensive, but there's no protest. And I'm wondering, how is that okay?
Well,
But this is, you know, Cheryl protests.
okay, yeah, because that ain't got nothing to do with me. If you don't like that, you don't like that, and I'm out of that. I digress.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I use that verbiage, and I can't
Exactly.
defend it.
Exactly. And that's really, I wanted to know why you think it's okay, but the word slave is not okay, but the N-word is okay.
Well, I always say I'm from the ghetto, not of the ghetto.
Facts.
And I when I left my household first time, I heard stupid. I turned around like, did you call? So when I saw poetic justice, I realized that's how I sound. So I decided to use it for a purpose. So I only use the N-word unless I'm making a point, and that's how I use that. So
I just
I
feel
respect you.
Yeah, and this is your natural way of speaking. I just, you know,
Yes.
for me, every time I hear it, it hurts. It's
The
just like-
world has gotten
Do either
so
one of
sensitive.
you? Let me ask you.
Hold on.
Yes, go ahead.
No, finish your thought.
The world has gotten so sensitive with words. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And that's big facts. I have been called a 3 times in my life, and each time it was a teachable moment for each one of them. They called me that. You can't hurt me with your word. Now, if you touch me, that's something different. Your word means nothing, and your opinion of me means absolutely nothing to me. That's how you feel. You can project.
It's not about someone calling you that, because you've used the term a lot, so you've called other people
No,
that.
I'm making a point. Now, I'm talking about the connotation. Like, we already know that. Come on now. In this community, we can do that all day. It's taboo if somebody else do it.
Yeah.
But my point I'm making now is like everybody's so sensitive to words. I read an article yesterday where they want to take away and call what we know as your mother, your mother, your mother, your mother, and mama, birth in person, to say, but the caption had on the picture, which I had a teachable moment with Exotic Hottie from St. Louis. Shouts out, thank you for checking me, because I stand to be corrected.
Okay now.
Stand to be corrected. She said, the post you just made about the situation, this is about trans men. A trans man had went into the hospital, had a baby, and got offended because somebody called her a mother.
Father.
A mother.
Yes, you're right.
A mother.
Yes.
I'm crystal clear right now.
Yes.
So, a mother,
But they wanted to be called the father.
whatever they wanted to call it, that's delusional.
Okay.
Like the metaverse. You want to go live in a place that ain't real? Anyway. But they put on the caption, a transgender woman, right? That was about trans men. And that took a hit to the transgender women when it should have been a trans man up there. But even so, how you gonna call her a birth in person? But everybody's so sensitive, and the Democrats is pushing this.
It was a trans man who wanted to be identified as the father, but because they gave birth,
That's delusional. You were born what you
gosh.
was.
So so I think
That's what I'm
this
saying.
is
Okay.
like, this is not the place to call
Okay.
trans people delusional.
No, well, that's how I feel. That's my opinion.
And that is
once
true.
Again.
That is
and it
true.
shouldn't mean nothing to you, and it shouldn't offend you.
Okay.
But
That's my
it's
opinion.
extremely offensive to, I think.
You saying extremely offensive.
To the show.
And that's subjective.
To the
and
the
I apologize.
audience.
And listen, no, I apologize if anybody took offense to that, but I'm gonna stand on how I feel.
You gotta have your opinion. And that's
I'm sorry.
it. All I can say is
sorry.
that your
I just want to
opinion
tell
is valid.
you, I saw that post and I did see it, but it was with a transgender woman.
Right.
With
Laverne Cox.
Yes, with Halle Berry, I believe was on it as well, and it called it sort of birthing mother versus
Transgender
woman, and so, but I do know that other story, which was around the trans man who had given birth and was very resentful of being called a mother.
Yeah,
and so it's two different scenarios on this. And
Let's
I
hear
love
it when we return from the break.
Okay, thank you so much.
You get a chance to eat. So your career has been, oh my
Oh
goodness.
my God, yes.
Where did it start?
I would just say the first celebrities that I worked with was my grandmother.
How'd you, ooh.
My grandmother's name is Vilma Parham, rest in peace. My grandmother was the first woman in the city of St. Louis to ever do her extensions in 1955. Before I was born, my grandmother was a millionaire. She was part of that history, because we lived in a historic area called the Ville neighborhood where, what's the lady with the pressing comb? Madam C.J. Walker.
Yes.
She lived in that neighborhood and inspired my grandmother.
Okay.
Because my grandmother used to have me down in her weaving room, right? Don't you know how her come on a track?
Yes.
I used to hand weave
That hair.
her.
on that track.
down in her weaving room. So that's how I made my money, but I would have never thought I would ever be doing her. It's like, I was too hood for that.
Yes.
I was gang banging, knocking out. It's like, but I would have never thought that I would be doing her in a million years.
You think anger had you knocked out?
No, it was because my last name was Cherry, and I had a big booty. I had no hair on my face, and I had to defend my damn self.
Okay.
In the 6th grade, I got a headache every day at 2:45, because I didn't know who the I was gonna have to fight.
But you knew.
And I had become so popular with fighting that people was coming up to the school to fight me.
Oh.
I got suspended 10 weeks out of the school year. And it's 10 weeks, that's 10 weeks is the school year for fighting, right? To the point to where my cousins were older than me, right? I was born in a generation where my mama was 16 and her brothers and sisters was like 30 and 40 years old.
Okay.
So I told my cousin, I said, y'all gotta help me learn how to just knock out with the first blow, because I'm tired of just fighting everybody. Like 20 and 30 minutes, that's a long time to be fighting.
Heck yeah.
I got tired of that shit.
Yes.
And then I became a knockout artist, and my
Bullies.
reputation preceded me. I never was a bully, though.
No, I'm saying they were bullying you.
They tried to bully me. I was a bully cooler. I cool bullies off.
Hello.
Talk about me.
So how'd you reconcile this sort of street persona? And you said you didn't ever see yourself becoming a hairstylist. So then you find yourself doing hair. Where's that reconciliation?
Hollywood refined me.
Okay.
The first salon I worked at was with Roberta Rogers and Kaya Wright. Kaya Wright was working on Top Model with Tara Banks at the
How'd you
time.
get here? First?
I drove out here. I drove my Taurus, Ford Taurus out here. I had $700. The guy here had probably 70. But when I got to LA, the journey was not always easy. I have been super blessed. I won more than I've ever lost in my life, right? But you have to go through trials and tribulations. You must not look at yourself as a victim, be a victor, right? In all situations. I will always be triumphant over adversity, because I've seen and I've been tested and tried in my past.
Can you give us an example?
I got hit by a car January the 12th, 2003, on 9th and La Brea. Walking across the street, boom. These scars that's in my face, I went through the windshield, went 15 feet in the air, fell and broke my neck.
Jesus.
That Sunday that I got hit by that car, I was supposed to start a reoccurring role as an actor on the Parkers. And at this time, I'm signed with Russell Simmons Music Group too, as a singer with Peter Roll Records, right? And my dream just crashed. But then when God birthed another level of character in me, because I could have lost my mind literally, because all my friends that I had at that time was booking shows and booking stuff, but I was never a hater with that. If it wasn't Tyler Perry's show, Madea Family Reunion pulled me through my bed of affliction.
Wow.
I watched that show every single day for 9 months.
The media.
While I laid, getting CAT scans, bed pans, the whole 9 yards.
Come on, my brother.
And I kept my faith. And an angel came to me and said, you need to go back to doing something. My rotator cuff was broke on this, was messed up on this arm, so this was the last thing to heal. Even though my neck was broke, it never hurted. That's grace, you know?
Can't
But then I
explain
end
it
up
no
doing,
other
I
way.
still end up, this lady came to me her name is Lakeisha. I have to give Lakeisha her love and her flowers.
Lakeisha.
Lakeisha was the cookie lady who sold cookies at the salon. I would work at the salon during the day, right? Lakeisha came in, found out that I had got hit by a car. This lady got a FedEx box, put my picture on the front of it, taped it down, and would take it to all of the salons in Beverly Hills, Hollywood that she would cater to, right? She told me, she said, none of the black people would give you money. All your money came from other ethnicities other than black.
Oh my God.
That was okay.
Yes.
And she told me, she said, I want to take you to this salon on Fairfax. She took me to this lady named Evelyn. Evelyn gave me a chance to work in her salon and make me little ends meet. I would shampoo and get my spirit built. She was doing Missy Elliott at the
Okay.
time. But Evelyn took me one day to do Mona. Missy's manager, her. We get there, I start doing the braid down, and next thing I know, I end up doing the whole thing.
Oh.
So we got ready to leave out of the door. Mona was like, hey, Anthony, what are you doing tomorrow? I ain't doing nothing. She said, well, Missy's doing a music video and the dancers need their hair done. Do you mind making $500? I'm like, sure.
Oh.
Did that, boom. Next thing I know, 2 weeks later, I was in Malaysia
Oh.
with Missy Elliott and Mona Scott Young.
Whoa.
And
Look at fate.
then my best friend Danielle Crawley, who's the casting director for Wild 'N Out, I met her when she was 17 in St. Louis with my best friend who's a transgender, but my best friend got murdered in St. Louis.
Never
Long story
seen
short, this girl literally took me and walked me straight into Hollywood.
Dope.
Talking about I have party with the best of them and shot at the rest of them.
I hear you.
I'm talking about I have had an amazing journey. There's nobody I have not done other than Beyonce and Rihanna. And they keep calling me for Mariah Carey.
Okay.
But every time they call, I'm either in New York or out of the country.
Look
But other than that,
up
I've
here.
had an amazing journey. I worked with Chris Robinson, got to shout him out. Robot Films, he has booked me. I met that man, it was a birthday gift. A girl came to my birthday dinner and she said, I don't have a gift for you, but I know that you're a hairstylist and my boyfriend's looking for a hairstylist for tomorrow. Booked me on that job. It was Rihanna, it was Chris Brown, Ludacris, and Tyrese, somebody beat music video. Chris Robinson booked me from that day for 7 years of my career.
Oh my
And because of that, I
goodness.
worked on every PSA, every commercial, and life has been great. Then going back to Kaya Wright now, right? This is how, God is so amazing. And when you're humble,
Oh.
and when you are humble with your gift and your talent, where God can take you, you could aim for the moon. If you can't take that moon, snatch a star, because that's all I've been snatching ever since, right?
Bang.
In the salon, Kaya Wright challenged me. Scorpio spirit, right? She gonna say, oh, so what do you do? She said, you cold with them curling irons, but you need to work on your outfits, boo. Cause I'm straight out of St. Louis, I'm straight hood.
Right.
I'm on a label with all dudes. I can't have on a plunging neckline shirt and all this Ed Hardy they was wearing. I had on a big white tee with a St. Louis brim on. And Kaya,
She came with it in the moment.
she challenged me.
Can we run the break and then hear
Oh,
about
don't-
Kai when we come
Yes,
back?
let's do it. That's a teachable moment.
All right.
Yes.
Perseverance.
We'll
Come back to
for it.
that.
Let's do it.
Because you're going to tell young.
No, you were mentioning your relationship with Kaya Wright.
Oh,
Yes.
Kaya Wright. Kaya Wright working at the Wright Salon. She told me,
said,
hey, how you doing?
Get that
beautiful?"
outfit together. Oh.
Yeah, she told me I was cold with them color irons in my outfits. Cause I didn't know the etiquette.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Hollywood, I had just showed up here like on shore, you know? I just showed up, you know?
This is delicious. What is this?
So what I have for you all today is a Kettle One vodka screwdriver. It has orange bitters, orange juice, lime juice, and simple syrup. And it's for the man who stands in his power and also says screw the labels.
Yeah.
Period. 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 Now I would drink to that. Oh my God.
We,
Okay, y'all drinking
we can not
responsibly.
control ourselves. Y'all have fun.
We going
We
for
didn't
it.
accept it and we can't control ourselves, so we just don't.
But getting back,
Looks delicious though.
it is. This is really nice.
Beautiful.
But getting back to Kaya
Kaya.
Wright, you say you know her, right?
Yeah, we worked together on a clear out gig years ago.
Oh yeah, Kaya Wright is a beast. I will always say, and I will say this on record, Kaya Wright is one of the best female hairstylists in the game. And Roberta Rogers, and that's who I came up under
Okay.
initially. Kaya used to try to give me a run for my money though. That Scorpio, both of them Scorpios.
Kaya.
Kaya and Roberta, both
And
are Scorpios.
Roberta.
But I don't knuck if you buck.
Ah!
So she told me, she asked me one day in the salon, so what do you do? I said, I'm a hairstylist and I do music. She like music. She said, in this world we live in, you do one thing or another. I said, that's for you. And I can pick and choose what I want to do. And I said, this is what I do. And I should respected her, right? Because I love to be able to agree to disagree and still be able to coexist. That's a mature thing. Who would know that later on down the line that Kaya would see me on set working with Chris Robinson. I was doing like the background people. The next day she called me and she said, she said, Anthony, I've heard you've been doing great. You look great. She said, you're doing really good for yourself. She said, tomorrow I can't do Brandy for the cover of Hyper magazine. Can you please do her? She said, and if you do the magazine with her, you'll be shot with her in the magazine.
Oh.
She gave me Brandy. That's history. Then she gave me Sierra. Then she gave me Jill Scott, which is one of my best experiences in my career. That journey with Jill Scott.
Wow.
Solid individual, spiritual, down to earth, and she taught me things. I love when people drop jewels on me, because she told me, she said, Anthony, I always want to do good with hints of greatness. Tyler Perry told me, he said, stay up under the radar, so the day that your moment comes, you'll remain untainted. I've been in this business 20 years, and my reputation is impeccable.
That's hard, baby.
Because your reputation precedes you.
Yeah, you
So
should
that's my
have,
moment with
your
Kai
head
Wright.
should be real on swole, and you humble.
I
you
can't afford that because I want some more. I want more.
I heard that. And you won't get it being any other way. I didn't know that when I was in them streets, like I was.
I love the streets.
I
I love the streets
no
because
more.
the streets taught me so much. I don't have to be in them, but I appreciate what they taught me.
Oh, they taught me, yes.
But the streets taught me everything like Jay-Z. I look at like Jay-Z, the blueprint, right? Even from my story, from rocks to locks, right? My goal would be to sell 4 to 5 rocks a day.
Okay.
Would be anywhere from $80 to $100, right? 7 days a week. For a little dude, that's cool, like $700. And if I end up with $500 by the end of the week, I'm solid, right?
Exactly.
Boom. Then I got to doing her. I said, I'm gonna do that same equation. Let me get 4 to 5 clients a day. Mind you, I moved to Milwaukee. By the time I get back to St. Louis, the hairstyles that I was doing in Detroit and Milwaukee, that was not popping in St. Louis.
I hear you.
But because I was so fine
Oh.
and had charisma, the girl just wanted to sit in my seat.
I could take you home if I could.
You maybe. I told her I'm going to the highest bidder.
Oh, I don't.
Y'all going to the highest
Hold on.
That's a switch.
Hold on.
Cheryl's now the
Wait,
payer.
my heart is hurting. My heart is hurting.
Trade.
Wait, hold on. Did you say that to
Cheryl's the
Cheryl
trade.
Rich?
Cheryl becomes the
The
trade.
Did you tell me something about some paper pay? Excuse me.
I already had
God
you.
ain't
Going to
made
the
that
highest bidder.
DNA yet. God ain't made that DNA
Y'all
yet.
crazy.
I can't pay. But you's a cutie pie.
Thank you.
And most of all,
But there we go. We just gonna be good friends.
you
then.
better preach.
There we go.
Look, because if it don't make no dollars, it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Come on now. And look,
keep it a
so
buck.
I wanna. Hey, I don't know no other way. Sometimes it get me in trouble. The young you, the 9-year-old you. What would you say to 9-year-old that's looking at this show right now that's different?
Be a sponge in your environment. Look around, learn, listen, let your vibe attract your tribe. Always have a continual passion for self-determination. Let your haters be your greatest congratulators. Use that as turn your pain to power. Use that as fuel to show up and prove and show that the best is yet to come.
Baby.
That's what I would tell a 9-year-old. And don't give up on nothing that you believe in, because if God put it in your mind, you can achieve it.
Listen, I want you to spit a little rap. I'm rapping auntie over here. Been hanging with Layla Steinberg. Layla Steinberg, shout out. Tupac's first mentor manager.
So you want to roll with a gangster, street credible, certified hustler. Put it down every time that I touch you. Take it to the crib, make it in the bed, make it. Say you want to roll with a gangster, street credible, certified hustler. Put it down every time that I touch you. Take it to the crib, make it in the bed, make it. Cause my swag is Midwest style. I know it's what you like. Let him go. Clear your lane up, cause I'm coming through. The rest you gotta download it on iTunes.
You better preach. What you say, auntie, you gonna spend some of that money yet?
And that's hustlers.
We're gonna let that take us to break.
Okay, awesome.
Thanks a lot.
Yo,
Yes, sir.
Willis.
Yes, sir.
Get some of that salmon before
I
we
am.
get some dessert.
So you wrapped us out into the break. That was
Did.
hot.
Thank you. Just a little something.
Tell us, yeah, I bet it was just a taste, right? So tell us more. Tell us more about the music.
Well, with my music, I've been doing music forever. I've always been inspired by Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, People Bryson, Babyface, and here lately, K. Michelle, Keisha Cole. Tony Braxton, and a lot of other people. But music, to me, is like the epitome of who I am, because it speaks to my soul. It convicts me. It has Mary J. Blige's music has brought me through so many relationship situations. So music is like my soundtrack to my life.
We need you.
Yes, and artists like myself who really want to get back to making substance-based music, connecting words with emotions to provoke things inside of you, to pull you past something for purpose. You know, I have 8 songs out now on all platforms. It's Anthony Cherry. And I made something for everybody. The name of my album, my EP is called Inclusive. So I made something a little bit for everybody.
So why inclusive? I was mentioning that to Aaron because it was the idea of, you know, that's a big theme for our show, is the idea of how do we help people become more inclusive.
Because I felt like it only made sense for me for this to be my first project to show my range. So I got a little bit of gospel. I have a song called Heavenly Father. It's a social commentary song. It speaks on police brutality and black-on-black crime. Then I have a song called J-Lo. It's stupid. Like Triller blasted me out on all their platforms in July. It's called J-Lo Without the Dough. Then I have a song called No, for real. Because it's a bunch of broke it's bad. We know that.
Preach.
And then I got a song called My Boo. It's a classic ballad.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. My Boo and
What's this one?
So this is a panna cotta, lavender chocolate panna cotta. We're craving this creamy chocolate dessert that's infused with this fresh lavender. This silky dessert comes with a layer of custard, chocolate, and aromatic lavender.
Oh, thank you, Sean.
Panna cotta.
Kamikata.
Panna cotta.
Panna cotta.
I don't want to know what pandemic panna cotta.
I don't even know how to say it.
So,
Okay, so on all platforms, you started with the 3rd song. So
and then I got a song called So Sad. So Sad is a relationship song. It's modern and up to date with like any other music, R&B music. Then I have a song called Hustler, which I just spit the lyrics to. Hustler. Then I have one called Baby Baby. Baby Baby is like a 70s rendition. If you think about a 70s song, but it's current. It's like a CeeLo Green meets Bruno Mars type vibe. It's called Baby Baby. And then I have a song called Mirror Mirror, which is a house song. So it's 8 songs. They all pretty dope. And I definitely wanted to make something.
Pretty inclusive.
Yeah, very inclusive. And I definitely wanted to make something for the LGBT community because I shy away, and people be calling me shady and saying because I really identify more with a heterosexual life. Not saying I knock anything or anybody, it's just my preference.
Did you think it's because of your work? Because I find that happens a lot, even for me. In the work that I do as a stylist, a lot of my friend circles and groups tend to be a bit more heterosexual driven, just because of the work outside of my personal lifestyle choices.
Yes.
So
that weighs heavy on it too, but then that's also like a personal choice. It's a safe space for me because me growing up being attractive and being a beautiful man.
and modest.
No, you know. No, for real. No, for real. I'm talking about for real. I had a really hard time with and I want to break down this differentiation. I know this I might disturb you with this one too. I don't know, but there's a difference between gay men and
Oh,
What's
See?
the difference?
you silenced
No.
everybody at the table.
no, like gay men, you just a gay man. You're attracted to other men, right?
Okay.
To me, it's like somebody who's always in mess, always starting some, always got something to say, and they low vibrational.
Oh.
You know, and it's uncomfortable when people are in an environment where they just can't just be like, feel comfortable. For me, and I've some of that a lot in St. Louis.
Thank you.
In St. Louis, somebody flattened all of my tires. I had bought a brand new, what do they call them? A Mustang, brand new, off the
Jealousy
showroom
is
floor.
demonic.
They flattened all of my tires, cut my top on my car, left a note on the windshield saying I was the #1 on their hit list, and left a snake in a bag on my front porch.
And this was a gay person?
Yes.
Ex-lover, right?
No, it was not. Who said that? You I never said that. This was a notorious. I know who did it.
That wanted
because God gonna show me the
jealous of
hand of anybody. Because I'm like once again going back to spirituality.
prophecy.
Yes.
I am so protected by God. He said, "Touch not thy anointed and do his prophets no harm." I know who I am.
But now, before we have to let you go, do you have intimate relationship that excites you at the moment? Or?
Right now, I'm dating myself and my spirituality.
Ooh, getting to know you.
Yeah, my career has never cheated on me,
Okay.
ever.
So it's a lot of
I just
masturbating.
No, I don't even do that. Right? So nasty.
So bad.
You know.
I'm not really into porn. I'm not really into masturbating. It don't do nothing for me. I have done it, but that don't. It's like when I get to like, what am I doing? I look like I'm by myself. No, I'll just rather just hold it and wait.
I wish I could feel like
And then
that.
I've even got to a point to like now my sexual experiences are more about manifestation. Because sex is powerful. And you should just really, you can be able to, because when you have sex, it's so powerful that it creates a baby.
Ooh.
And sex is not to be neglected. Do you, but I've gotten to the point to like, now anybody I'm with, they gotta be spiritually on my level. And when we having sex and get ready to orgasm, we gotta create something. Or if you do something for yourself, if I'm in a relationship, we're gonna work on something together. But if it's just random, as long as you can get what you gotta get, I'm gonna manifest what I want. And that's why I'm sitting here today.
Oh,
Said that once.
Outstanding.
Big
I
facts.
love it.
All right.
I love it here
Wow.
in the house.
Yeah.
Aaron, any questions? Anything?
Aaron's
coming in
still
your
mad
mind?
at me from
I'm not
earlier.
mad at you. You know what? Let me tell you the truth.
No.
This is my final point.
Yes.
I hope the next time Cheryl hears someone use the N-word, she says, "No, we're not N-words. We're kings and queens."
Okay.
And you know, with that,
Okay.
we're gonna close on that. That's gonna be the close of the night. But we want you to know
Yes.
Teachable
that once
moment
you
right
come
there,
to the
Aaron.
house,
Yes.
you're always what? Family.
Hey, thank you. Ditto.
Thank you.
baby.
Ditto.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
No, thank you. Thank you. Ditto.
That was good.
The best is yet to
Realist.
come.